communicating. But if you've got an issue with us, take it out on me, not on our team.
The supermarket giant is being accused of hypocrisy by publishing a full-page letter in newspapers today explaining its Australia Day decision, and then a few pages later, another ad highlighting its Australia Day special buys. Nikki Haley has congratulated her rival Donald Trump on his win in New Hampshire's Republican primary, but says the race to the White House is far from over. The former president has secured his second victory in his bid to be the party's 2024 election candidate. Ms Haley is vowing to continue fighting and says Donald Trump isn't the answer when it comes to replacing Biden.
With Donald Trump, you have one bout of chaos after another. This court case, that controversy, this tweet, that senior moment. You can't fix Joe Biden's chaos with Republican chaos.
Turkey's parliament has approved Sweden's bid to join NATO. President Erdogan is expected to sign the bill into law in the coming days, ending a 20-month-long delay. Sweden requested membership to the military alliance in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Book an appointment with a Specsavers audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing.
Australia will take an unchanged lineup into the second test against the West Indies starting tomorrow in Brisbane. Cameron Green has been cleared to play if he's healthy after testing positive for COVID. Travis Head has returned a negative result. Opener Steve Smith says both Green and coach Andrew McDonald are in good spirits after testing positive.
I think he's fine, no physical drama at all. Tested positive, him and Andrew McDonald are both fine.
Meantime, Mitch Marsh will lead Australia in the T20s against the Windies. Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc and Steve Smith have been rested. In footy, the countdown to the pre-season continues. Port Adelaide held an open training session today. There's also been one for the Crows on the final day of their pre-season camp in Robe. And in the US, Cleveland Cavalier Tristan Thompson has been suspended for 25 games after violating the NBA anti-drug program. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Albert Park, twisted traffic light at West Lakes Boulevard at Clark Terrace. While the 2 Down Under has wrapped up for another year, they're still pulling down the village at Victoria Square. So a few detours and delays around there at the moment. Quite busy for works at Elizabeth East, Yorktown Road near Kincaid Road. And we've got cameras Crittenden Road, Findon and Jetty Road at Larks Bay. At Dan Murphy's, they don't match competitors' advertised prices, they beat them. That's Dan Murphy's lowest liquor price guarantee. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Book an appointment with a Specsavers audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing.
Partly cloudy this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow, 26. Partly cloudy for Australia Day on Friday, 24. And cloud clearing on Saturday, 25. Right now it is 27 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Braglis. On 9 News, is it justice? The plan to let some kid criminals avoid prosecution. Plus, the Prime Minister finally reveals his big changes to income tax. Every worker in Australia will get more money in their paycheck every month, but some will get more than others. Tonight we'll detail how much more you'll get. The full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
And it's 5 minutes past 3. I hope you're ready for a whinge because it's Wednesday wine time and the control room is looking very fiery. Josh Sampson's getting fired up today for his Wednesday wine after 3:30. But we are on the Facebook and YouTube live stream this afternoon. That's thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. And it's time for this.
Pasco, Pasco, can you turn it off and then can you turn it on again? Hey!
I haven't heard that one before.
That's the return of an old favourite,
That's great.
Stacey.
I like that. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, I thought you would. It is a great tune.
Richard Pascoe, hello.
Hello, Stacey.
Our tech guy, tech genius, answer all of our questions.
Just an average bloke doing just earning a living, Stacey. That's all it is. You can answer a couple of questions.
You can answer any questions, and he'll be answering them today. 8223 0000 to get your questions in. Look, phone lines are up already. Let's go straight to them. Here's Wayne in Modbury North. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, how you going today?
Yeah, good.
Hi, Wayne.
G'day, Mr. Average. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
Richard, I've got a little ANOVA laptop, and I can't stop it from popping up all this McAfee garbage every time I'm using it. Can you tell me how to get rid of that?
So is it popping up in the bottom right-hand corner all the time?
Yep.
So what you need
and it's not just one message, it can be 5 or 6.
It keeps going. So, Wayne, what you need to do is you need to stop notifications on your web browsers, right? So, Edge, Chrome, you go into the settings and you can basically stop it that way. There's a thing called notifications. Turn them off, and those little posts that everybody gets on that bottom right-hand side will stop. If you can't find out how to do it, Wayne, head over to my website, adelaidetechguide.com.au, type in notifications, and I've written a post about it.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your help, Richard.
Thanks, Wayne.
Yep.
Hey, Wayne, stay on the line as well, because I've got a double pass to Sing Out Loud this weekend to give out as well.
Oh, beautiful.
There you go, Wayne. That's all right.
There you go. Not bad.
Outstanding.
Stay on the phone. Josh will get your details. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
That's Wayne in Modbury North.
I was just going to say, Stacey, it's a common problem.
Okay.
So many people get those little things that come in, and it happens on Apple computers as well. It happens on everybody's computer, that bottom right-hand side, and it pops in all the time telling us absolute crap. So, yeah.
You can just ignore.
We can.
Perfect. Good to know.
Turn them off.
All right, 8223 0000. Marie is in Brighton. Hi, Marie.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Hi, Marie.
Hi, I need a bit of help, actually.
Right.
So I have to leave a place of employment where I was a teacher, and some really nice IT students were helping me on Monday, and they said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll create a PST file for you, and then we'll transfer all of your emails to a new Outlook." An Outlook email address.
Yep.
But what happened was I've had 5,000 emails on there. For some reason, they could only get 160 off, and only 160 got offloaded onto this Outlook email address.
The PST
that they
file.
created. Yeah. So I went to an expert in Adelaide, and he got them all. He got all of the emails off, all 5,000, which includes, archives and sent and drafts and everything.
Yep.
But he said to me he can't send them to the Outlook email address, nor can he send them to my new Gmail address, because he said I have to outlay $120 a year to have Outlook installed on my computer to be able to access the PST file that he's put on the USB. Is there a way that we could get those emails onto my Gmail or Outlook email without me having to join up and pay the $120 a year?
Okay, Marie, for a start, do you have Outlook and Word and Excel on your computer?
I have it, only that you could use it online for free. I don't have it on my computer.
All right, easiest way around this, Marie, you're going to have to pay for Office 365. Which includes Outlook on there, and then they can be imported into it.
Is that the $120 a year?
That's $120 a year. It's $107, Marie.
And how come the students got 160 emails to go to?
Because they didn't do it the right way. They didn't wait long enough to export everything out.
Oh, okay. So it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. Yeah, I do it for people all the time.
So if I don't install that Microsoft...
There's other ways around. If you don't want to pay, Marie, there's other ways around this. We can put Thunderbird on your computer, and we can import it that way as well. Which Thunderbird's another...
What's it called, Thunderbird?
Thunderbird, which is another email client.
Okay, so if I install Thunderbird on my computer, then I should be able to use that USB and...
You've just got to do it the right way, Marie. So, yeah. All right, you get stuck, give me a call.
Where would I call you?
Go to adelaidetechguide.com.au. All my details are up on there, Marie, all right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There you go, Marie. He's got all the answers. Joe from Manapara is on the phone as well. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Stacey. Could I speak to Dr. Richard, please?
Hi, Joe. How you going, mate?
Life's good. Woke up this morning breathing.
That's
Rest
it.
of the day's a bonus. I SMS'd you a couple of weeks ago when your show was on, and I was curious. When you dream, do you dream in binary codes? 010101, then wake up in the morning refreshed?
It's a good gag, Joe.
Well, answer, please.
Go on. No, when you come on my show, Richard, you've got to answer the questions, do you?
No.
And the other one is that, to be serious, is a couple of months ago, I asked you a question about Microsoft Edge, and you gave the hint that it might be going one day in the future.
No.
And it's
that's
the future now.
Sorry,
it's 1st
Joe.
of January.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. You must have misunderstood me. Edge is never going away.
So not even if I throw stones at my screen.
If you do, Joe, you'll need another screen. You just don't use it, Joe. Let it sit in the background.
Oh,
Do
no, I know,
nothing.
but it pops up. It's not the fact it's not the fact it's there.
I hate it. I much prefer Google Chrome. You can set it to be...
I
use Google Chrome. Excuse me for interrupting, but I do use Google Chrome. I swear by it in the sense of, but it just keeps on. And as I said to you before, behind me, Satan, it just pops up. Everything's in your computer. And to your last two callers ago, and you said delete. I've been using computers way back from DOS, and you keep on deleting things. It's not going to be far in the future that the last thing you ever delete, all you're left with is hardware. All the software is gone. You've got a frame.
Joe, if you go into settings, and Stacey, if you go into settings and go into apps on there, you can set Google Chrome to be the default app.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and then it'll stop opening for you.
It will.
When you click on a link, it'll open in Chrome, not
until
Microsoft.
you do another Windows update, and then Microsoft will say, hang on a minute, we'll put Edge back just for a while, so you're going to change it all again.
We know better than you. There you go, Joe. Hope that helps. Happy to chat. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Mark from Seaton's on the phone as well. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Stacey. Can I speak to Richard?
Fire away, Mark.
I have a notification ticker on popping up on my computer as well. How do I get rid of it?
Can you say it again? You just dropped out when you were telling us. What pops up?
The notification.
Hey, Mark, what about... We're going to put you back to Josh.
Terrible phone line. Yeah. We'll put you back through to Josh, and maybe we can get you on another phone.
That's better.
Oh, yeah.
Far away, Mark.
My notification keeps on popping up.
Notifications keep popping up.
Yep. Well, we're going to put you back to Josh.
We'll get a better line. We'll give you a call back. 8223 0000. If we can hear you, we can answer your questions.
Exactly right.
So Richard knows how to answer them as long as we can hear the questions. That's the main thing. It's 3:15 here on 5AA. Back with more Tech Talk after this.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Both of our teams have the potential, and there's a bit of luck in that, I get that.
That's right.
Could potentially play off in the grand final.
That's what I love about it.
I'm not going to say win it. No. They both could, Timmy.
Yeah,
trust me.
Got to be careful with that stuff.
You don't like... You hate it.
Rowie and Timmy G.
You got to do the preparation because the end depends on the beginning, my friend.
4 p.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Introducing the all-electric 7-seat Kia EV9. Silence never felt so loud. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Xero connects me with all sorts of things for my business, like my bank, my apps, even my bookkeeper.
Numbers looking good?
That was my bookkeeper. Xero is business, but better. Try Xero free for 30 days. Visit xero.com.
At Coles, get great value hands down for back to school. With half-price Kellogg's Nutri-Grain bars, 5 packs, 110 grams for just $2.25. Make back to school easy with great value hands down at Coles.
What's not to love about Unley Road? It has everything. The cafes, the restaurants, all the services you need. And what about the shopping? There are over 400 specialty shops. There's something for everyone. And right now, support local and win. If you spend $20 on Unley Road before February 17, you could win one of the many prizes up for grabs. Proudly supported by Unley Shopping Centre and the Unley Road Association.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family owned and operated, because it's personal.
Need your driveway, walkway, outdoor or entertaining area paved or repaved? You're in luck. Playford Pavers' massive sale is your unmissable opportunity. Score up to 30% off their stunning range, boasting a wide variety of colours and sizes. That's up to 30% off. But hurry, this offer is for a limited time and only while stocks last. Once they're gone, they're gone. Up to 30% off. Visit playfordpavers.com.au.
Hi, I'm Peter Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Our summer stock clearance sale is on now and you'll save up to 40%. Save on our comfortable leather and fabric sofas, sofa beds, recliners, dining tables, dining chairs, including our Australian-made collection. Be part of our massive summer stock clearance sale and save up to 40%. At Berkowitz, we're not just a furniture store, we're a furniture family. Mile End Homemaker Centre and online.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
3:18 and Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe is in the studio as well. Richard, we've got Mark from Seaton back on the phone. Let's see if this is a better line. Mark, how's it going?
My notification keeps on popping up on my laptop computer.
Notifications.
The notifications,
yeah.
Mark, that keep... So bottom right-hand side, Mark?
Yeah, I can't find it on my laptop. It's hard to find it.
Yeah, so Mark, I have written about it on my website at Adelaide Tech Guy if you do a search on there for notifications. But what you need to do, you need to open up something like Google Chrome or Edge, open up the settings up there, which sits in the three dots on the top right-hand corner. Then you do a search for notifications, and it will pop up underneath, and you just turn them off.
I get one of my staff to help me to...
That's it, Mark. Yeah, get somebody to give you a hand, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for the call, Mark. That's Mark in Seaton, 8223 0000 if you've got any questions for Richard Pascoe. Richard, I saw a headline that got me concerned today.
Yes.
Another data breach.
A couple of news outlets have picked this up.
Yeah. Should I be worried?
No. Let's all calm down a bit. When I read it, I read it first because it's over 1 billion people's things have been released, for this. But when you read it, it says it involves data from popular apps, including Twitter, understand the one, Weibo, which is a Chinese one. When it came to MySpace, I started to have doubts about this, Stacey. I was just a bit of a thing on there as LinkedIn, Adobe, and MyFitnessPal. What this is just somebody's combined them all that are already on the internet and lumped them into one lump sum.
Right.
So it's all the things that are out there already. So we don't really have to worry about this story. And I think it must have been a low-tech news story when the outlets came up with this.
All right.
I just thought I'd bring it to people's attention.
So I shouldn't be worried. I haven't dropped out of anyone's top 8?
No.
On
No,
MySpace?
right.
Was it the top 8? It was
top 8
the
or
top
something
8.
like
Was
that.
it top 10?
It's a terrible thing.
Top friends? Yeah.
And for a thing, you can go along and see if you can log back into MySpace.
No, do you know what? I've got a terrible MySpace story because I tried so desperately for years to delete my account, but you know that old
Good
problem
luck.
where you don't have access to the email address that you use, so that you can't verify the links, and then blah, blah, blah. So there's still a Stacey MySpace out there somewhere with
There'd
some...
be a Richard Pascoe in there as well.
Some bad, long, black emo fringe and a bit of My Chemical Romance playing in the background.
I reckon we might need a photo or two of that.
I was a bit emo back in the day.
There we go.
8223 8223 0000 to ask Richard your tech questions. Don from Hindmarsh Island's on the phone. Hi, Don.
Oh, hello. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Hi, Don.
Good. Hello, Richard. Enjoy your show immensely.
Thank you.
No worries. Look, I don't have a question so much as I wanted your opinion, if I may, on the pretty consistent television commercials in recent days. I won't name the company. It's a VPN company that promises no malware-ridden files. Well, I think we all know that's physically impossible. If you go to a site and it's got the malware there, you'll get it. Yeah. I just wondered. I wasn't sure if you'd brought it to the public's attention because this particular one, who you probably know who I'm talking about, they've been fined big time in Europe and America, I think.
That's right.
But they seem to fly under the radar here.
They do, and you know that people they keep advertising it's your security answer to everything. But if just what you said, Don, if you go to a virus-infected website, it will do nothing for you. If you download something from that virus-infected website, you will be infected. All a VPN will do will mean that nobody outside of your ISP can see that you've been to that.
But you went there.
You went there. So, you know, I think it's false advertising. We use VPNs when we want to, let's say, cheat Netflix and we want to log on to Netflix overseas.
Sure.
Or another,
geo-blocking and so forth.
Geo-blocking, all of those things, Don. But does the average person need a VPN? No, they don't.
No, they don't. And that's my concern, not that it's really anything to do with me, that people might be buying these.
They do, Don.
Yeah. Oh, well, so what can be done about it? Probably nothing.
And that's exactly right. I roll up at their place, they say, will you install this VPN for me? And I go along and say, why do you want the VPN? And they go, well, it's going to protect me. And then I just sit down, I have the conversation with them, and then they normally return it.
Yeah, good. Right. No worries. Yeah, I'm glad. I wasn't sure that it had ever been covered before, so I thought I'd bring it up.
I've mentioned it a few times, but it's good that you brought it up again.
No worries.
All right.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, John.
Thank
hey,
you.
Don, stay on the phone as well. I've got a Wallace Cinemas family pass to give you.
Oh, thank you very much.
So
Lovely.
That's 4 tickets. Make a day of it. Catch a movie this week. Mitcham, Mount Barker, or Noarlunga if you're in Hindmarsh Island. That's
and I was
going to
say, Don, go and see The Beekeeper with Jason Statham.
Oh, yes. I've seen the promos for that.
Don't take the kids.
No.
No. Kids, all right? But,
no, I've got a couple of neighbours that will be happy to come, I think.
It's not a feel-good family film.
I love a bit of Jason
drift.
Statham in my life.
Oh, yeah.
See that.
It's good.
Yeah, he's the modern-day version of Liam Neeson, I think.
That's exactly right.
Big call.
Yep.
Oh, well, Liam. Well, he's got a special set of skills as well.
He does. He does. All right, enjoy, Don. Stay on the line.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
See ya. That's Don in Hindmarsh Island. Sessions for Wallace. Wallace.com.au. There you go. Oh, that's a big call. Jason Statham, the new Liam Neeson.
It is a big call.
I'm not sure about that.
It's a good film, though.
Is it?
It's a good film.
I love a thriller. Would you call it a thriller? What is it? A bit of an action?
Woman gets scammed. She kills herself. This will relate to a lot of people out there. Jason Statham is the caretaker on the property. She was the only one that ever looked after him.
Are you doing spoilers right now?
He has a special set of skills and he goes after every single one of them.
Okay, all right. I think I need to get around it.
There you go.
Sounds good. 8223 0000. Richard Pascoe answering your tech questions and giving movie reviews as well. What would you give it out of 5? How many stars?
4.5 out of 5.
4.5?
Got to say, when I went to see it, I saw it on middle of the day.
Yeah.
Full.
Really?
Yes.
School holiday? Oh, no, but not school kids.
No kids in there. It's all adults.
Okay. Good to know.
Scams are a popular topic.
Yeah. You liked it because do you see yourself as a bit of a Jason Statham in this, saving someone from a scam?
Let's all calm down, Stacey. All right?
All right, now I wanted to ask you, because I'm a fan of Google Chrome, there's some changes coming as well to Chrome.
There are. They're going to introduce some AI-assisted features coming to Google Chrome. What's going to be good for people like you and me and Josh out there is you're going to be able to go along and have an article that we pull up on Google Chrome, and you can be able to type in "help me write," and it will summarise the whole article for you in a little post.
Wow. So
it's not a bad idea.
So on a Sunday when you get into work, you're going to say, "Help me write a radio program."
sometimes when I read something out on a Sunday, I've had, I've got a, I've already said this, I've had AI go along and rewrite it for me.
Wow.
Because I'm experimenting with AI at the moment.
The only thing I will say is please no more AI jingles.
Yeah, I know.
They haven't caught up on the
No,
jingles.
they haven't,
Maybe the text is okay, but the jingles are not so great.
No, they're not too good. So,
didn't love the jingles. Okay, so that's not available yet.
No, it's coming. It'll be here in about next month.
All right.
Which will be good for a lot of people out there. But again, with AI, we've always got to check that it's actually accurate.
Yes.
Now, the new Samsung phones that are about to be released on there, they've got an AI feature on there that summarises articles. Unfortunately, somebody put it to the test and put 5 of his articles that he'd written into it, and they were all wrong when they came back.
Okay.
So it's got a bit of work to do, and I'm sure Samsung will fix it. But at the moment, no, it hasn't done that well on those sort of things.
All right, so it's not a copy and paste job. You've got to check what it's doing.
You've got to check what it does, because it translates. AI for people is only putting one word in front of the other word for it. And you've got to remember, too, that people go along and search for things in AI. I had somebody the other day, and I gave them a piece of tech advice. And I said, I believe this product will be extinct from the market within a few months because it's in the whole company's in financial trouble. And in my opinion, and a few other tech people around the world, it's going to go. So he went along and punched it into AI, which gave it a glowing review. But some AIs are 12 months old.
Yeah.
So the latest financial reports would never be related to this piece of tech that's coming out.
Yeah.
So he was very disappointed about that because he wrote back, well, it shows what you know. I put this into AI and then I'll point out, hate to say this, shows what you know because AI is always 12 months old.
Yeah. Yeah. Hasn't caught up yet.
No.
Maybe at one point it will.
It will. It's doing a great job at the moment.
All right, now let's go on to iPhones. They're harder to steal?
This is a really good thing. So this week there's been a new update coming called 70.3. The standout feature is dubbed Stolen Device Protection. Now, it gives thieves a hard time. So you activate the setting through Face ID and passcode. But what it does is it's designed for people who suddenly have lost their passcode on their phone. So somebody steals your phone, but they know your 4 or 6 numbers to get into your phone. Now, they might be able to get into your phone, but they can't do anything serious anymore because they don't have your face or your fingerprint.
Oh.
And they can't remove your face or your fingerprint without having your face or your fingerprint on there. So it basically locks the phone right down now.
What if you've got partner, kids, or whatever, you can't use your phone, you say, yeah, just jump on my phone and do this for me?
That's fine. That's not a problem at all. But it's for people to go and steal, because if people steal it, it's about wiping your phone or getting your sensitive information off.
But how do they know if it's stolen and it's not my husband making a call because I'm in the shower?
Because you're home. It actually knows that you're home with your phone.
Oh,
so
wow.
it knows when you're home, it knows when you're at work.
Hold on. If I'm in the shower and hubby says, oh, my phone's dead, can I use yours? Yeah, go ahead, my code's this.
Not an issue at all, because your phone knows on your location that you're home.
That's creepy.
And your phone knows when you're at work.
Oh, that's
because
creepy.
it's all registered in there for it.
I know that my phone knows this stuff, but I don't want it to. I just want it to be a phone.
The days of that are long gone, Stacey. They've driven. They're going down South Terrace at the moment. They're heading up to Glen Osmond Road at the moment.
All right,
this is a really good feature. People should turn it on.
It's a good security. Okay,
it really is good, because then they can't get into your phone. It's basically no use them stealing it at all now. It really is locked down.
All right. Good to know.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. It's always fun.
Always fun.
Richard Pascoe, Adelaide Tech Guy, always happy to answer any questions you might have. It's 29 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Time for news headlines.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. 2 years after losing the state election, former Premier Stephen Marshall has confirmed he'll be retiring from Parliament after almost 14 years. Former television host Andrew O'Keefe has avoided jail time for domestic violence and drug offences. A small plane carrying Rio Tinto workers has crashed on its way to a diamond mine in Canada, resulting in fatalities. And in sport, to cricket, Mitch Marsh will lead Australia in the T20s against the West Indies. 5AA weather, partly cloudy this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow, 26. Right now it is 28. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a contagious virus causing respiratory illness in older adults and death among the frail elderly. While vaccines to fight the disease have been approved overseas, Fusion Clinical Research is holding a trial in Adelaide to find a remedy for Australia. If you're between 60 and 85 and interested in participating, go to fusiontrials.com.au. You'll be reimbursed for your time helping Australia's elderly into the future. That's fusiontrials.com.au.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. We're helping life flow.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Hi, it's Wayne from Wayne Phillips Kia. If you're in the market for a new car, you can't go past Kia at SA's #1 Kia dealership, Wayne Phillips Kia. We've got a huge range on display, now with electric vehicles including the high-performance EV6 and the just-released EV9, a simply amazing large SUV. Best of all, take one for an extended test drive to Wirra Winery in McLaren Vale and enjoy coffee and cake on us. Drop in and experience why we've been SA's #1 Kia dealership for the last 8 years. Wayne Phillips Kia, Main South Road, Ranella.
Tired of your rent and bills going up and up and up? Pump them down with EcoVantage. It's easy to switch your existing hot water system for an energy-efficient heat pump, even if you're renting. And thanks to federal and state government-facilitated subsidies, it could cost as little as $0. Start saving hundreds off your water heating costs. Hit up your landlord and ask for the EcoVantage switch. Visit ecovantage.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
City Discount Tires.
Get saving this month at City Discount Tires. When you buy 3 Wild Peak AT3W all-terrain tyres, you'll get the 4th tyre free. The perfect tyre for your next adventure. City Discount Tires are a proud multi-tyre and wheel brand retailer offering great service at great prices. Visit citydiscounttires.com.au to find your nearest store. City Discount Tires. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tires.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
25 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. The number to get me, 8223 0000. And if you have kids in your house, dare I say, you might need that number because you might be disagreeing with Josh because it's time for this.
Josh's Wednesday Wine.
Yes, kids in cars, you've been warned. Stacey, good afternoon.
Hello.
All right, today, and it's interesting that it's funny. We're almost seem to be as though we're in lockstep with the state government. I want to talk about discipline for children today. We'll get to a bit of what Kai Ma had to say on.
Says a childless man.
Yeah, well, hey, but hey, let me tell you, there was never a belting I didn't deserve when I was growing up. But we'll get to that shortly. But anyway, yeah, I want to talk about discipline with children today because as families across South Australia get ready to send their children back to school, I couldn't help but notice how many parents are just very happy to let their precious little people throw atomic tantrums in public. So, according to my local supermarket on the weekend, just pick up a few things, And ahead of me in the queue was a parent letting this child go absolutely berserk because, oh my goodness, they were told they couldn't have something. They were told no. Now, as I said, you can believe me, and I'm an only child, and I know that surprises you, Stacey, but I was told no a lot when I was growing up. And if I played up, especially in public, sometimes we didn't have to wait to get home for me to be told that's not an okay thing to do in public. And, coming back to how this ties in, the state government have announced a review of the laws around the age of criminal responsibility. Here is the Attorney-General, Kai Ma, on 5AA Breakfast with David and Will this morning.
So the overriding thing that we want answered is what makes the community safer. That is our overriding concern and our number one priority. And there is other states, so Victoria, ACT, NT, Tasmania have all raised that age of criminal responsibility. And internationally, the evidence is starting to show that, as you mentioned, the earlier you come into contact, and particularly are detained in the criminal justice system, the more likely you are to offend. So is there a better way for 10 and 11-year-olds, kids in year 4 and 5 at school, to have therapy, to have rehabilitation, to do some remediation for the damage they cause that keeps them out of the criminal justice system, that makes it less likely that they're going to be the 16, 17-year-olds or the 20-year-olds committing offences later on.
Now, Stacey, I'm not suggesting that every little cherub who cracks the you-know-what's at 2 is going to be a hardened criminal by the time that they're 10, but I think it is hard to deny that for kids to go on and become well-adjusted kids and to go on and be well-adjusted adults, perfectly, getting along perfectly in society, I think there's no denying that discipline starts at home. You grew up in a house with 2 other sisters, did you not? So,
yes.
Yep. And your parents pretty good on the old discipline if it was needed?
Oh, we knew. All we needed was one look. One look from mum or dad, and we knew we were in trouble.
I'm now in my late 30s. My mum can still give me that look, and I feel like I want the ground to swallow me up.
Yep.
So yeah. Now look.
Yeah, but don't tell me you never had a little hissy fit.
Oh, I still have them now. What are you talking about? I had one just before I walked in because I heard that Mitch Marsh is going to be captaining the T20 side. Give me a spell.
I thought you were about to change your mind the way you walked in here.
I can tell you, folks, it was almost a last minute off the bench change. The age of criminal responsibility was going to be out, and Mitch Marsh getting the T20 captaincy was going to be in. But look, I've watched my eldest cousin's daughters, who are now 18 and 16, grow up to be really lovely young ladies, and hey, they tried it on like everyone else. Yeah. But again, I think it comes back to you should know pretty quickly that behaviour like that, whether you're a kid or an adult, you should know that it won't be tolerated.
Yeah, but until you're in that situation, I mean, I used to get a little smack. We used to get a smack on the hand if we did anything wrong, and we knew there was a formality to it. There was if we moved our hand away from my dad, we'd get 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's acceptable anymore. I don't know if parents can, will, or do use.
See, I firmly believe, and I strongly condemn in the strongest possible terms, any parent or grandparent out there who still uses that on the ancient belief, I got a decent building and it never did anything for me. Really? You're saying that now as a parent or grandparent, mercilessly laying into a child? Hardly think so.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That used to be okay. Maybe that's why kids weren't as naughty out in public, because they had that threat hanging over them. What would you do if you had a kid in a shopping centre screaming?
Well, if it
don't know how you'd handle it.
Well, if it wasn't mine, I'd probably let it go. But if it was, I don't want to go around. I don't want to go doing citizens' arrests on children cracking the wobblies in a supermarket.
Good call.
But if it was my own, I think in the first instance it would be. And look, okay, and it's always easy to say, well, you're not a parent, so how do you know how you'd respond? But I'll tell you what, I'd think back pretty quickly to how my parents were with me. And maybe you might do the same. You might think back to, the look
the look. But did the look only work for us because we knew there was something really bad that we did not want?
Possibly. It was always better than the alternative, which was a slap on the back of the legs or a crack on the backside.
Yeah.
So
is that the reason the look worked?
Possibly. Yeah, maybe.
And what would you prefer? Imagine if you were standing in the line and there's a kid having a tantrum and a parent goes, "Here, take my phone."
Oh.
You'd be judging just as hard.
Of course I
would.
Yeah. Absolutely, I would.
What do you do?
Well, I want to know. 8223 0000 is the number. In having all of this chat, do you think that today's kids are better or worse behaved than previous generations. What did you do with your kids, or even now, if you've got grandkids? What are you doing now, if they're only little, what are you doing now to instill just the basic forms of discipline into them? So that's the question. Are today's kids, are they better or worse behaved?
And you brought up the topic of grandparents
Yes.
as well. That's a touchy subject, because as a grandparent, you can't really overstep and discipline your children's
Oh yes, you
children.
can. My grandma did. I can assure you of that. But don't forget, I'm on my mum's side. They're from Yorkshire, so you know, tough love is if you don't like that, it's bad luck. We were never brought up; we were dragged up. So
Yeah, there you go. All right, 8223 0000. Are kids these days better or worse behaved?
I'm saying worse. There you go.
Is it screens? I reckon screens might have an impact.
Change my mind. Disagree with
Yep.
me. 8223 0000.
0000. He's going into the control room now to answer those calls. So the person answering the phone will be Josh, if you'd like to have a stern talking to him. 8223 0000. Join the conversation. It is 18 minutes to 4.
At Coles, get great value hands down for back to school with half-price stationery on brands like Bic, Sharpie, Papermate, Faber-Castell, Spirax and more. Make back to school easy with great value hands down at Coles. Excludes down, everyday and clearance items.
See movies how they should be seen. Hear movies how they should be heard. All on the big screen with Quake Sound at Wallace. And now you can see them for less and enjoy candy bar discounts and other special member offers and freebies. Simply become a My Wallace member today. It's free, it's easy and it's full of benefits. Go to wallace.com.au and click on Join My Wallace today. Wallace Mitcham, Mount Barker, Noarlunga and the Piccadilly. South Australia's home of big screen magic and entertainment.
Quiet, please.
Bupa Health Insurance, preparing Australians for life on and off the court.
When you think of single malt Scotch whisky, you might imagine Scotland's green hills, her fresh babbling brooks, and rows of oak barrels. But you can get the same feeling right here in Adelaide when you walk down the aisles at Powell's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can guide you through Scotland's best whisky labels and the best from around the globe, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Powell's, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Follow the lights with Hurtigruten and Phil Hoffman Travel. Experience the most beautiful coastline in the world on a Norwegian coastal cruise with Hurtigruten in 2024 and 2025. Whether it's following the Northern Lights or chasing the midnight sun, there's something for everyone. Book now to save up to $1,500 per couple and receive 600 Norwegian kroner when you join the Platinum Cruise Club. Offer ends 31st of March. Contact Phil Hoffman Travel. Visit pht.com.au.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
The Kluger 7-seat SUV is here to move your family and to move you at Jarvis Toyota's brand new home in Brighton Road, Somerton Park. It's an SUV that knows you expect practicality, but want luxury and beautiful design too. There's no need to wait for the kids to grow up. You can have your dream car now. Take a test drive of the Kluger SUV today at Jarvis Toyota, now at Brighton Road, Somerton Park. Proudly celebrating 22 years of great deals.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
3:45 here on 5AA. Your texts coming in. Wally the Walnut, kids are worse now. No discipline. No wonder there's so many young crims. This is in relation to Josh's Wednesday whine about kids being worse behaved today than they used to be. Someone else on the text line, Tony in Montague Farm. Worse today? There's a difference between a smack and child abuse. Yes, of course. Too much trying to be best friends with your kids. I got a few snacks and a few of the looks. Yep. The look, Tony, that's what I got. I knew all it took was one look from mum or dad, and I knew I was in trouble. Speaking of, I just got the look. Timmy G's in the studio. What did I do? What have I
I
said?
couldn't give you an evil look. I couldn't do that. That's a good line, that one about being friends with your kids.
Yeah.
My wife once said to ours, they said something about da-da-da, and she said, hey, I'm not your friend, I'm your mother. And it was a great line. It was so brutal. And they knew it. And that's that is the point, is that you are their parent. And at times you're going to, I always say that strong leadership, and that is a parent as well, sometimes it's not popular, but you have to make strong decisions. And I agree with the other person. It's not about smacking. It's actually just being, what would you say, forthright, clear boundaries.
Yep.
And I always say, toddlers especially, all they're doing is they're trying to test to see where that line is. And they'll keep testing, and then all you're doing is saying, okay, that's the line. We don't go over it.
Yep.
There it is.
But if you keep moving it.
And I'll tell you another thing about not eating. I don't want to eat that, or no.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what she did.
Yeah.
So they would eat. I don't want that. I don't want to eat that pumpkin. I don't want to do that. All right. Yeah, no worries. That's okay. Wrap it up. Bit of Glad wrap. That's your breakfast tomorrow morning. She put away. Of course, they'd wake up a bit, bleary-eyed. Right, I'd go to get the wheat bix or warm it up. There you go. Bang. Eat it.
So it actually got served to them for breakfast.
Right there. Yeah, eat it. You didn't eat it last night?
Yeah.
Eat it now.
And how'd that go down?
Broke the first one within a day. No worries at all. Second one, he whinged a bit for a while, but got him. Third one was still fighting. She's 22. But there's, what?
It always
the rules there. The clear lines there.
It gradually peters off, doesn't
but
it?
But it is just, parenting is it's probably the most difficult thing. It doesn't come with an instruction book.
Yeah.
All the kids are different. Doesn't matter which one you get. That you think you're going to get 3 clones? No, you're not. They're all going to be different. And the thing is, there's plenty of advice out there and the like, but it is about just having some clear boundaries and talking. And hopefully you go well, because it's probably the hardest gig you do is raising a child.
Yeah. 8223 What do you think? Someone says, remember the old guys in the Muppets, the evil eye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic.
Being a Greek, I know all about the evil eye, the Mutti. Yeah.
Well, my father, his bark was what would scare the living daylights out of us.
Yeah.
It was so loud that was enough.
Yep.
And Mum was so gentle and kind and all the rest of it. But if she said, I'll ring your father, zoom, straight inside.
Yep.
No worries at all. Yep,
You were
sorry about that.
listening.
Yeah, no need for that.
Follow.
only gagging.
Yeah. Just joking. Just joking.
Don't be ringing the old man.
And that's the thing, the threat.
It's just
the threat was
it
enough.
Was like, and you just don't want to be yelled at.
No.
I don't want to be in trouble with my
dad,
So
Goodness, no.
There you go.
No.
All part of love.
All right. Well, let's talk sport.
Yes.
Could a COVID outbreak save the West Indies?
Oh.
What do you think, Timmy?
Well, I think they're saying that he'll play, Travis Head will play with the COVID protocol. So we did see it, I think, last year. Matt Renshaw got COVID, and he actually sat away from the players and all the rest of it, but still played the game.
Had to celebrate on his own.
Yeah, so I think now they'll do it, even better, but they'll probably still play. And it depends on how badly it's affected.
It was Travis Head, but now Cameron Green and coach Andrew McDonald.
Yeah, well, when you're in close proximity and you're flying together, there's a chance that stuff can happen. So, yeah, they'll have to play that by ear. But no, regardless, we'll win. And I don't care if you take 5 of them out, it won't matter. No, but they're struggling, we know. But there was a few highlights, and we've got Ian Bishop on, who's part of the commentary team, and he'll be giving us a little bit of an insight into how long. The weather, of course, is probably one of the other factors they're getting, but it just seems the forecast has changed a little, and I think we'll get enough play to get a result anyway, which is good. So, yeah, big night tonight. We've got the 2 member-elects up for grabs. Bruce Abernathy and Warren Treadray coming on after 5, so they'll both have their 10-minute slots to say, why me, which is terrific, so they'll get on and do that.
Are they going up against each other?
They are.
This is like a leadership debate.
It is. It's exactly what it is, yeah.
This is my Port Adelaide politics equivalent.
Yes, correct.
What time's that?
Why don't you do it?
Sure, I can moderate. Would you like me to moderate?
I mean, they're both premiership teammates of mine. This is very, very awkward for me.
Well, you're biased. What do you do?
Well, I'm sitting right there in between them to say, rightio, sell me.
Well, today they've got to convince you.
You got it. So
I think I get a vote, don't I? My husband's
if you've been a member before October 31st, 2023, you vote in this election. How's that sound?
Maybe I should come in and moderate for you.
You're in.
Okay.
Stacey Lee, welcome to the Sports Show.
Looking forward to it, Timmy. All right. See ya. 9 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. 8223 0000 is the number to call and have your say. We're talking about kids and behaviour. Children behaved worse today than previous generations. On the text line, Stacey, I believe today the lack of boundaries for children is why we have teenagers and adults whose self-discipline and self-control are in how they behave is lacking. That's from Michelle. Yeah, I don't disagree with you there, Michelle. Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Pat from Grange is on the phone. Hi, Pat.
Hello, love. How are you? All right?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
I would like to, and I've said this for a long time now, that the parents of today should have to go to school to learn to bring up children, right?
Mm.
And also, it's the children that are ruling the parents.
It is.
If something goes wrong, the parents say, "It's all right, Johnny, I'll look after you." And, you know, it's reversed around, right?
Yep.
The children look after. The children rule the parents.
I mean, you have to answer more questions and do a test to get a driver's licence, but to have a kid, you don't need anything, do you?
Exactly. And today, look what they're doing. Look what these kids are doing. They're juvenile delinquents.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, that's my point of view anyway.
No, love it, Pat. I don't think there's many people disagreeing with you there. Thank you for the call. That's Pat in Grange. If you want to have your say, 8223 0000 is the number to call. I've got a text here from someone else. My daughter served a lady and her 11-ish-year-old daughter in the supermarket checkout yesterday. My daughter was horrified to witness the mother give a very hard, loud slap to her daughter in the face, as the mother said she'd had enough. The girl remained silent, embarrassed, and simply looked at the ground. My question is, what's happening at home if that's the behaviour displayed in public? Wow, yeah, no, that's not on. No, and I know I said earlier I used to get a little smack. That was a little smack on the hand at home. This is, in the 90s. But that is not on. I'd be horrified if I saw that. And what do you do? Can you do anything about it? I mean, if it's a mother and a daughter, I'm sure there are. There are ways to intervene in a safe way, but you don't want to make the situation worse, that's for sure. 8223 0000. Joe from Modbury Heights is on the phone. Hi, Joe.
Hi, I'm driving at the moment, so I can't actually recite what I wanted to talk about, but you could possibly Google it. If you go back on the web, you'll find that statement about the younger generation being worse than ever before has been going around since about 3,500 BC. Aristotle said it, and so many other Greeks said it. The Romans said it. It's a load of baloney. The kids are a function of the parents and the society's upbringing. It's not the kids. And it'd be worth having a look at that stuff. It wouldn't take a long Google to find it, because it's been the bitch for the last, as I said, probably 5,000 years.
Yeah.
To record.
Each generation is worse than the last.
I vote for the kids.
Yep.
I vote for the kids.
Yep. Oh, well, love your work, Joe. Thanks for the call. Really appreciate it. Drive safely.
Yep. Yeah.
Joe in Modbury Heights there. Have to look it up, see what Aristotle said about kids in the next generation. 8223 0000. Just bringing you a little reminder ahead of the long weekend. The Transport Department has put out a warning saying the Seaford line and the Cross and South Road intersections will be temporarily closed this Australia Day long weekend. This is to allow for safety improvements. So this is the whole Seaford Flinders line will be closed from 9 p.m. tomorrow, so that's 9 p.m. Thursday, to the last service on Sunday the 28th for refurbishment and renewal work. So if you do catch the Seaford Flinders lines, this is or from the Noarlunga railway station, they'll be closed from 9 p.m. Thursday all the way till Sunday. Won't reopen again until Monday. Apparently the Noarlunga railway station escalators are going to be removed and new ones will be put in March. I wonder what's happening in the interim. removing escalators now and then replacing them in March. We might get in touch with the Transport Department and see what's happening, but there will be substitute buses replacing trains during that time. And as well, there's resurfacing taking place on Crossroad and South Road intersection. So this is part of the rail line as well. The resurfacing works can't be safely undertaken while the trains are operating on the Seaford corridor. So traffic will still be able to cross the South Road overpass when travelling north-south, but it's that underpass on Cross Road that will be closed. Same timeline, 9 p.m. Thursday to 5 a.m. Monday. And this is part of the broader network of upgrades on the north-south corridor. So some work's finally taking place. Don't know how long the whole works are going to be, but if you do catch that Seaford liner, if you use Crossroad over the long weekend, just some things to note there. Another update from the CFS on the fire I told you about earlier at Wandillo. The threat has been reduced, so that's some good news from the CFS. It was an advice level warning, but it's now reduced, and the CFS says that the threat of fire has reduced, but people are reminded to take care in the area, and due to the nature of the fire that was burning in that reserve, there could still be smoke in the area and visibility may be reduced. There's also a risk of falling trees and branches because the fire was burning in the Hona Native Forest Reserve near Glencoe and Wandillo. This is in the state's lower southeast. So if you are driving through that area and there's a bit of smoke, that's why. Try and stay away from trees and branches because we know what can happen to those once there's some heat on them, especially in a bushfire situation, that's for sure. So take note of that as well. It is 3 minutes to 4. Time for me to get out of here. Sports show with Rowie and Timmy G coming up. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Peter Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Our summer stock clearance sale is on now and you'll save up to 40%. Save on our comfortable leather and fabric sofas, sofa beds, recliners,